Yo, what's good, everybody? Let's talk about this Terence Crawford free agent situation. They say that he was talking to Oscar and Bernard Hopkins. Well, he did. You can see it in the picture right there. And they saying that Bud is likely to sign a 3-fight deal with Golden Boy. And this has a lot of mixed reactions around the boxing community. And the Earl Spence fans, they are very mad about this. They are saying that Terence Crawford is ducking by signing with Golden Boy and that the fight will never happen. And I disagree with that because if we finna get this Tank versus Ryan fight, that's Golden Boy PBC right there. And a part of Oscar De La Hoya's interview about Terence Crawford, that's what he said. That they can work with other promoters and they can get him the fights that he's looking for, you know, like Errol Spence and Virgil Ortiz and stuff. But his first fight is supposed to be against Alexis Rocha, who just came off a knockout victory over Ashley last weekend. Um, you know, People already shitting on that fight. I mean, of course, Bud would be a heavy favorite in that fight, but you know, it'll be an entertaining fight while it lasts. I feel like Alexis Rocha can do a little bit better than David Avanesian. I feel like he's a better fighter than him. But of course, it's a fight that we do not want to see. And whoever talks shit about it, I don't blame you. Because right now, Errol Spence, he's tied up with Keith Thurman. They supposed to fight April or May. And, Bud, he got to, do something in the meantime. And I disagree with the Spence fans because I feel like the fight can still happen because, if Bud and Rocha fight around the time as Keith Thurman and Spence, you know, they can meet up right then and there. But I know that De La Hoya say that the plan is likely Rocha, then Virgil Ortiz next. That's that's uh that's why the Spence fans are saying that the fight is gone. But me personally, I think that Oscar De La Hoya probably won't even put Virgil in there with Bud next. I still don't really believe it because, Virgil, he's fighting Stanionis. He's favored in that fight. So if he wins that fight, he'll be an interim champion, and he'd be right there in line if Errol Spence was not to come back to 147 and vacate them belts. And I feel like Oscar would go that route instead of putting him in there with Bud. You know what I mean? Let Virgil Ortiz grab that WBA, then maybe unify with Spence and Crawford winner. And if Spence, I think Spence, he's moving up regardless if he's even coming back. Me personally, I think Spence is going to feel real good at 154, and I don't think he's going to really want to come back. He's going to be able to let his hands go even more, less of a weight cut. He can eat more. And, it's a bunch of good fights at 154, too, just not on the level of a Terence Crawford or a Boots Ennis fight, But I think that Bud signing with Golden Boy isn't a bad idea because he already tried to get the fight with the promoter, with Bob Arum, and then he tried to get the fight without a promoter. Neither of them worked. And now, it's logical to try to get a promoter. That's one thing I heard, that the offer was so low for him because he didn't have a promoter. And that kind of makes sense because if you don't have experienced businessman with you going into a business deal like that, they're gonna try to slap your head. And I'm not just blaming Al Heyman for that. That's pretty much how business works. You know, they look at you as naive. You going in there trying to represent yourself and stuff. Of course, they're gonna try to slap your head. So try to get with Golden Boy, you know, and see if Oscar is with the words that he's talking about. He said that he can work with PBC to get the Spence fight. And if this Tank and Ryan fight is real, then, you know, I don't see the problem with Bud going over there. I actually think that it's kind of a good idea